If one were to be transported 70 million years into the past, their survival would likely be measured in mere seconds. Most assume that the colossal theropods or soaring pterosaurs would be the primary cause of such a swift demise. But the reality is far more humiliating. You would likely be taken out by a frog. In 2008, an international team of paleontologists unearthed a series of fossilized remains in the arid landscapes of Madagascar. As they processed the data regarding the creature's jaw mechanics and skeletal density, a chilling silence descended upon the laboratory. The calculations revealed a biting power of approximately 220 kilograms, a force more devastating than that of a modern-day tiger. This was a creature capable of crushing a human cranium with a single snap, scientifically designated as Beelzebufo ampinga, a name that literally translates from Latin and Greek as the shield-clad frog from hell. This amphibian viewed dinosaurs not as masters of the planet, but as items on a menu. It was known to feast on newly hatched dinosaur infants, consuming them whole bones and all, with terrifying efficiency. For the scientific community, the truly unsettling aspect of this discovery is not merely its ancient ferocity, but the fact that its lineage persists into the modern era. In the humid regions of South America lives the horned frog, a direct biological descendant of this prehistoric nightmare. While the modern version is roughly 10 times smaller than its ancestor, geneticists warn that under the right environmental conditions, specifically the rapid warming of the global climate, there is no biological certainty that they will not reclaim their ancestral proportions. One might naturally wonder how a mere amphibian could possibly prey upon the ruling reptiles of the Mesozoic. The secret to its success is found in its radical physiological design. While a standard frog typically possesses a head that constitutes roughly 20% of its total body mass, the proportions of the devil frog were skewed toward total aggression. Its massive skull accounted for nearly half of its entire physical length. To visualize the scale of this mouth, imagine a maw large enough to swallow an adult Shiba Inu whole. This is not a scene from a low-budget horror production. It was a mundane reality of life 70 million years ago. The mechanical strength of this bite is supported by a terrifying mandibular structure. CT scans conducted by researchers revealed that the lower jaw of Beelzebufo was anchored to an oversized cluster of muscle fibers. The density of these muscles was measured at 6 times that of any amphibian living today. When this creature clamped its jaws shut, the resulting force was not intended for catching dragonflies. It was engineered to pulverize bone and armor. In 2017, a collaborative team from the California Institute of Technology pushed the research further. By utilizing high-resolution fossil data to create 3D printed skull replicas, they conducted stress tests to determine the absolute limit of the creature's clamping power. The results were staggering. A single bite could exert a pressure of 2,200 newtons. To put this in a modern perspective, an adult wolf bites with a force of roughly 400 newtons, while a full-grown tiger exerts around 1,000 newtons. This implies that the devil frog possessed a mouth 5 times more powerful than a wolf and twice as lethal as a tiger. The idea of a frog outcompeting the king of the jungle in raw power is almost impossible to reconcile with our modern understanding of nature, yet the data remains undisputed. The most disturbing realization for paleontologists, however, was not the frog's strength, but its tactical approach to the hunt. Unlike many predators of its time, Beelzebufo did not engage in high-speed chases. Its limbs were short and robust, built for stability rather than velocity. It didn't need to run, because it had perfected the art of the living trap by burying itself deep within the swampy mire, leaving only its nostrils and eyes exposed. It became an invisible part of the landscape, its skin likely textured and colored in deep browns or bluish blacks, blended seamlessly with the mud of the Cretaceous marshlands. In this state of total stillness, it could wait for hours or even days. Its heart rate would plummet to a negligible frequency, and its internal temperature would drop to match the surrounding environment, making it indistinguishable from the cold earth around it. When a thirsty dinosaur or small mammal approached the water's edge, the nightmare would unfold in a fraction of a second. The tongue of the devil frog acted like a biological missile, capable of hitting a target in less than 0.07 seconds, a speed significantly faster than a human blink. The tongue was coated in a specialized mucus with an adhesive strength 3 times that of modern species. Once the tongue made contact, escape was physically impossible. This was immediately followed by the closure of that cavernous mouth. There was no shaking, no tearing, and no struggle. It was simply a one-gulp process. The victim, along with its skeleton and flesh, was swallowed whole in less than half a second, often before it even had time to emit a distress cry. Evolutionary models suggest that the diet of Beelzebufo was exceptionally broad. It likely consumed juvenile dinosaurs, snakes, lizards, early mammals, and even the young of ancient crocodiles. If a creature was smaller than the frog and wandered too close to the shoreline, it was classified as prey. It was the ultimate swamp trap of the Cretaceous, a biological death machine concealed beneath a layer of silt. Regarding its physical dimensions, fossil evidence suggests that a mature devil frog could reach a length of 42.5 centimeters and weigh more than 4.5 kilograms. While these numbers might seem modest at first glance, they are unprecedented in the world of amphibians. For comparison, the largest living frog today is the African Goliath frog, which reaches about 32 centimeters and weighs 3.3 kilograms. Beelzebufo was nearly a third larger and significantly more massive than the largest specimen currently on Earth. Furthermore, while the Goliath frog is a gentle giant that feeds mostly on small fish and insects, the devil frog was a true carnivore of legendary aggression. If one were placed in a modern setting, it could easily kill a full-grown wild rabbit and would pose a legitimate threat to small domestic pets. The image of a frog killing a dog sounds like science fiction, but 70 million years ago, similar encounters were a standard part of the ecological cycle. How did such a formidable predator come to exist on the island of Madagascar? The answer lies in the ancient movement of the Earth's crust. 70 million years ago, Madagascar was not the isolated island we know today. It was a central piece of the Gondwana supercontinent, connected to South America, Antarctica, and the Indian subcontinent. During this era, Madagascar enjoyed a sweltering tropical climate, with average temperatures nearly 15 degrees higher than modern levels. The landscape was a labyrinth of rivers and humid swamps, the perfect nursery for hyper-specialized amphibians. Fascinatingly, genetic analysis has shown that the DNA of Beelzebufo shares an 87% similarity with modern South American horned frogs. This proves that they were once part of the same biological family before the continents drifted apart. When the land masses separated, the lineages were isolated. The South American branch faced intense competition and eventually evolved into the smaller Pac-Man frogs we see today, often kept as colorful, sedentary pets. Meanwhile, the Madagascan branch, benefiting from a surplus of food and a lack of natural enemies, grew to monstrous proportions and became the most feared amphibian in history. This leads to a profound and unsettling question. If the environment shifts back to a high heat, high oxygen state, could modern frogs re-evolve into giants? According to a 2019 study published in the journal Nature, the answer is a theoretical yes. Researchers discovered that modern horned frogs still carry silent or sunken genes that once controlled massive growth. Under normal circumstances, these genetic sequences remain deactivated. However, if external stressors, like soaring temperatures, or a massive spike in available biomass occur, these genes could potentially be triggered. The blueprint for the devil frog has never left the DNA of its descendants. It is merely dormant, waiting for the right era to return. This serves as a chilling reminder of the current state of our planet. We are currently navigating what scientists call the sixth mass extinction, the first ever driven by a single species, humans. Habitats are being destroyed, and the climate is changing at an unprecedented rate. History teaches us that every major ecological upheaval creates a vacuum that is filled by new, often more extreme life forms. After the dinosaurs fell, mammals took over. After the Cretaceous ended, birds claimed the skies. If humanity continues to destabilize the global ecosystem, what nightmare will rise next? Perhaps that nightmare is already waiting in the mud of a South American rainforest, biding its time. The extinction of Beelzebufo itself remains a subject of debate, though it is likely tied to the catastrophic event 66 million years ago. When a 10-kilometer asteroid struck the Yucatan Peninsula, the world was plunged into a nuclear winter of ash and acid rain. The food chain collapsed, plants died off, and over 75% of life on Earth vanished. While the giant frogs perished along with the dinosaurs, their genetic legacy found a way to endure. Whether through a smaller relative that survived the freeze, or through genetic fragments integrated into other species, the essence of the devil frog survived the apocalypse. Today, when you look at a round, seemingly stupid Pac-Man frog in a pet store, you are looking at the diluted shadow of a dinosaur killer. The ferocity and power of its ancestors have not been erased. They have merely been placed in a temporary stasis by the hands of time. So, the next time you encounter a frog, take a moment to look into its eyes. You never know if behind those cold, unblinking pupils there lies an ancient demon waiting to be awakened. 70 million years ago, it was the monarch of the marshlands. Today, it is a pet in a glass tank. But evolution is a patient master, and today's adorable pet may simply be the precursor to tomorrow's apex predator. This is the story of Beelzebufo, a warning from the ancient world that the monsters of the past are never truly gone. They are simply waiting for the world to change.